I sit here on this train, staring out the window as the world speeds by. The rhythmic clattering of the tracks beneath me should be comforting, but instead, it fills me with unease. The sound is too familiar, too much like the noises of war, the constant thud of artillery, the crack of rifles, the muffled cries in the distance. The world outside feels so distant, and yet, here I am, moving toward something I've been dreaming of for so long, but I don't know what it's going to be like when I get there. Home. I don't know if it'll feel like home anymore. My hands rest on the worn fabric of the seat, and I trace the calluses, the scars. These hands have been through things that no one should ever have to endure. They've gripped rifles, they've held the weight of comrades lost, and they've dug trenches in the dirt. They've touched blood that will never wash away, and now, they just rest here, as if waiting for some sort of reassurance that they're still mine. I've been away for so long, I'm not sure I even know who I am anymore. The soldier, the man who fought in that hell, he's still here. I can feel him, a part of me, buried deep inside, and I'm scared. I'm scared that when I step off this train, I'll still be that soldier. I don't know if I can be the man I was before. I don't know if I can return to that life. The train screeches as it slows down. My heart picks up pace, just like the clamor in my chest. There's a weight in my stomach, a knot I can't undo. I think about what's waiting for me, my family, my wife, my daughter. How long has it been since I held them, since I heard their voices? Too long. Longer than I thought I could endure. I step off the train, and the platform hits me like a wave. The noise, the people, it's all too much. I stand there for a moment, feeling like I'm standing in a dream. It's like I'm watching it all unfold from a distance, like I'm not really here, but then I hear it. That voice, that sweet, familiar voice that's been echoing in my head for years now. Daddy. I freeze. My heart stops. My breath catches in my throat. I look up, and there she is, my little girl. She's not so little anymore. She's grown, and yet, she's still my girl. Her face has changed, but her eyes, they're still the same. The same eyes that once looked up at me with trust, with love. I don't think. I don't hesitate. I just run toward her, and she runs toward me. My body moves on its own, almost like it remembers the feeling of her arms around me. And when she reaches me, I lift her up, like I've done so many times before. Daddy, you came back. I squeeze her tighter than I ever thought I could. I bury my face in her hair, letting the familiar smell of her calm me for the first time in years. She's here. She's safe, and I'm here. I'm back. And then I see her, my wife. She stands just behind my daughter, tears in her eyes. She's older, her face lined with worry, but she's still the woman I left behind. The one I promised I'd come back to. She steps forward, and before I can say anything, she's in my arms. I don't know if I've ever held her so tight before. She trembles against me, and I know she's been holding on to hope for far too long. I didn't know if you'd come back, she whispers, her voice breaking. I don't have words for her. All I have is the strength of my arms around her, the warmth of her body against mine, the feeling of finally coming home. We walk home, side by side. I can hear the soft sound of my daughter's footsteps behind us, and I catch her hand in mine. It's so simple, so ordinary, but I'm not sure I'll ever take it for granted again. The house looks the same as it did before I left, the same door, the same walls, but it feels different. It feels like a stranger's home, like it doesn't belong to me anymore. My wife busies herself in the kitchen, moving with that familiar rhythm, but I can't seem to settle. I sit by the window, watching the world outside. The fields, the trees, the sky, it all feels foreign. The earth beneath my boots doesn't feel solid. The world has shifted, and I'm not sure I know how to move through it anymore. I want to be the man they remember. I want to be the husband and father I was before, but I don't know how to step back into that life. The soldier inside me is still there, lurking. I can feel him in every movement I make, in every thought that crosses my mind. The days pass, and I try to find my place again. I try to sit at the table and have dinner like I used to. I try to laugh with my daughter, to play with her like I did before, but something is missing. Something is broken inside me, and I don't know how to fix it. I walk out into the fields one evening. The sun is setting, and everything feels still. I can hear the wind, the rustle of the grass beneath my boots. It's the first time in weeks that I feel a little bit of peace. I stand there for a long time, just breathing. When I return to the house, my daughter is waiting for me, her little face lighting up when she sees me. She runs to me, and without thinking, I scoop her up, holding her close. Her laughter fills the air, and for the first time in so long, I feel something real. My wife watches us, a small smile on her face. She's been so patient with me, so understanding. I don't know how she's done it, how she's managed to wait for me to come back to her, but I'm here now. I'm home, and I'm trying. Later, as the house quiets down, I sit in the corner by the fire, staring into the flames. It's not the same. The war is still in my mind, in my heart, and maybe it always will be. But the love of my family, it's real. It's here, and maybe, just maybe, that's enough. I don't know if I'll ever be the same man who left. I don't know if I can ever forget the things I've seen, the things I've done. But I'm here. I'm here with the ones I love, and that has to count for something. I take a deep breath. Maybe this is where the healing starts. Maybe I can find my way back to them, and maybe, just maybe, I can find my way back to myself.